that it's been almost 10 years now since Sony came out with the very first Sony A7 back in 2013. And since then, so much has happened. I mean, almost every camera brand now has full frame camera as their flagship in their lineup. You know, outside of Fujifilm, they have medium format instead. But since then, I mean, it all began with Sony. Back on October 15th, 2013, Sony announced the first Sony A7 A7R, and everything changed. And since then, Sony has had a hold over that part of the industry for about 10 years now. And so with the A7II, A7III, and A7IV in our stock, I thought it'd be a great idea not only to show how the camera has evolved over time over these past 10 years, but also to show you that no matter what camera you get from that lineup, even in 2023, you're still gonna get an amazing image out of it. So let's get into it. The very first A7 had a 24.3 megapixel sensor, 1080p video, NFC and Wi-Fi capabilities, and phase and contrast detection autofocus, all that was continued in the A7 II. But this time, with the 2, the sensor now included internal image stabilization, 30% faster autofocus, and added internal picture profiles that included S-Log2 that allows for even greater dynamic range for video. Now, although the video quality is limited to 1080p, I still had a great time shooting with this for video and taking photos. It was a lot of fun and it's very compact and light. But if you're looking for 4K video, that wasn't introduced until the A7S II and later implemented in the A7 III, which we're about to talk about. Now, if you fast forward to 2018, Sony's already become widely well known for their full-frame cameras and its capabilities. I think at this point, an A7S II was used to shoot a feature film. But with the A7 III, with the addition of S-Log3, the 4K video recording from the A7 II, and even better autofocus, it only solidified Sony's place as the brand for a lot of people. With a new larger battery, additional SD card slot, that 4K video recording, and that even better autofocus that was considered by many to be best in class, this became the camera to get for all forms of content. Everyone from wedding photographers to YouTubers used this camera to fulfill their needs, and some people even still use it today in 2023. But there was still a lot of features people were waiting on, especially for video. So that's why when the A7S III was announced in 2020, it answered a lot of people's wants and needs. But then, the following year, in 2021, the A7 IV was announced that brought a lot of features from the S3 to a camera at a much lower price point. Well, here it is, the cream of the crop. What may be the best hybrid camera Sony has to offer right now. With a new 33 megapixel sensor, this is the first significant bump we've seen in the standard A7 line yet. But where this camera really shines is the amazing new video features that Sony put into it. Bring in the improved color science and S-Cinetone picture profile that's been adapted from Sony's own $60,000 cinema camera, the Sony Venice, and bringing in 10-bit 422 video, you can create high-end cinematic footage with greater flexibility and color information. With this camera, with all the new features and reliability we've come to expect from Sony, it really is something that's fit for just about everybody. With its new video features, it's essentially future-proofed, that anybody from just a parent looking to record a piano recital to filmmakers looking for their next camera to shoot their films on, to just a photographer wanting to upgrade their old camera they've had for years. This could be the one that becomes your introduction to Sony that may make you never look back. But honestly, that can be said for any of these 3 cameras. Despite the years having gone by and technology constantly improving, the camera you decide to buy depends on your needs and your budget. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. Congrats Sony on 10 years of making great full-frame cameras. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.